Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to our last session for the week. Welcome, team. Patrick, Maciej. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Hello. Yeah, I would say happy Capital Preservation Day, and not only also preservation. So Friday, remember, it's always capital preservation, and not only. So we have also Fridays our recap session. So what was working very well over the week, what we was showing in the morning prep, and Fabio, you was saying I should be start. I was really looking into this week, what was working really well, where I was having the most trust in. Of course, I could speak about the gamma levels on the VIX with the call resistance, put support, but I I don't want to speak about this today about this because I feel like I talk this every single day. So, but one thing I think where we was talking this week a lot of was the gamma wall on SPX and also the blind spots wall and SPX on an NQ. We was seeing this the first time I was making the screenshot because I was explain everything also in the pro group for the pro members on 27. And it was the first warning sign for us for the technical correction. And if we going into this and going also into our um, swing trading model, what we was seeing also, we was seeing a lot of risk triggers above us and the upper band. I was marked the upper band on this day with up and down because I was telling this also in the morning preparation that the upper band is for me more a 50-50 and the risk trigger, this is our resistance. And if we're looking into the swing trading model, this was basically why I was doing this. The upper band was having a success rate from 57% on 7 days. Yes, was good. At the end, it was working very well out, and the risk trigger with 87%. This was giving me the confidence, the 87%, that hey, maybe the long is not a good way. It's better to having some shorts in the market, building the position, and just wait. And then we were seeing this also on SPX for the second confirmation. We were seeing an upper band. I was mapped this also for the downside. And also at the top, we have also our upper bands with 740 and 710. And what was happened? We have also on the upper band and success rate with 72%. Now, you could be basically saying, hey, Patrick, it is always easy to looking backwards when the market have not showing already the price action. But guys, this is something what I was talking about on the 27th on Tuesday. So I was saying this was a really good one, a really good week so far with the analyzing. It was top notch. Yesterday also with our Nasdaq NDX preparation. I think it was works also very well where we have our A plus trade, the open space and the open gap, and we was filling this with the downside move. Amazing, was a really nice day. And last but not least, I cannot stress this enough, but I don't want to talk about this today again. Take a closer look at the put support ZUDTE, and call resistance ZUDTE on the VIX with the blind spot levels VIXI. Because at the moment we have no blind spot levels for the VIX. I will work on this, but for now, use the VIXI as your blind spot, and you will have a really good day so far. This is from my end, from the recap. I hope you was having also a really good day, green day, and everything was worked out on your side. And I will be past this now to Fabio because Fabio was talking about a lot of earnings, what we were seeing in the models. Fabio, what was your highlight this week?
Yeah, I think for me, the highlight was definitely some of the tech ones. So, Meta was a good example. I think if you go back to the live we did on Tuesday or Wednesday, we kind of were showing how using our Q score to kind of get a directional bias on the asset, and then of course understanding how the score change all the volatility measures. And then, of course, if we go into the chart, we see basically how basically Meta performed after earnings. So we saw massive upside there after earnings. We also had some really good analysis on Tesla, also Microsoft, not so well, and then of course Apple. Let's see, last night they were up in pre-market on after hours, and now kind of like back to the same level. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on today. This morning there are also some interesting earnings. So if you check this out, you have basically Exxon, Chevron, all the American Express. So very very big earnings, and then of course next week we want to be prepared for other ones. Let's see what we have next week. So we have Google on Tuesday, then we have on Wednesday, sorry, and then we have Amazon on Thursday. So those are going to be big ones. So the market is not waiting. We're going to get more opportunities. What do we have on Friday? So yeah, I think earnings is always a very important one. And then of course, if you are a directional trader, you can use the levels. If you are an option trader, and we showed this also yesterday live with Ryan, you can come here and use the different models. So if you're interested in that, just go back to our YouTube channel, and we had the live session from yesterday from Ryan talking about option pricing, how to look at that, implied volatility before earnings. So that was very, very interesting.
Amazing. So we have some question. Why you think Friday is capital preservation? Because I believe that Friday, of course, the first 2 hours, maybe maximum 3 hours from the New York Open, you will see some price action. After this, I don't believe in this anymore. But again, if you was having already a really good week from Monday to Thursday, there's no reason to go into the market on Friday, because if you be one half open trades over the weekend, I don't know, makes, in my opinion, not so much sense. Why? Because if you're looking into the political landscape, there's absolutely too much risk. As a day trader and scalper, I think the volume is on your side the first 3 hours. And makes this really sense? I don't know. For me, it makes not so much sense. Of course, if I see one good trade, I would take it. But no, Fridays is for me capital preservation and profit preservation. For simple reason, because I want going in with a good feeling into the weekend. I want relax on the weekend. I want recover over the weekend with my mind and all the stuff. So, and if I have a bad day on Friday, I get frustrated in the weekend, and this is something what I don't want.
Yeah.
Are these levels already considered in Quinn levels? Yes. We have our swing levels in the Quinn. He was talking about blind spot levels for the future, but everything is there. You can go. You have intraday blind spot swing levels. Everything is there. The only thing what we don't have is 20-day swing trading levels in Quinn, but we have the 5 days.
Yeah.
And for the swing trading levels, at the moment, there are no supporting for the futures. So basically, you have to convert SPX or SPY. I would be more looking in SPX and SPY, who have the better success rate. And then let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, good morning, friend. Abdul, how's it going? Hope everything's good. All right, Maciej, what was your highlight? I think every single day was a highlight on the metals market, yeah?
So one more time, good morning. Oh, metals was crazy, but not only. You also have in your main tickers a lot of fun path. So first thing first, what was interesting? So The first interesting point was CTA models, what I usually show on the beginning of our meeting. And I was saying, you can check this also, that we are coming to the era where CTAs usually have enough, and later what we can predict, a little bit correction, usually after the green line is coming above 0.04 to 0.05, we can say that this is a resistance block, and later connect the dots, look what is going on with price, we have correction, and the same thing was predicted, and we get correction in this week. Especially interesting also was morning, it was yesterday, I'm guessing, or maybe 2 days ago, when I was waking up and seeing gold in the sky, where option chain show zero of interest to trade on contract sides, on future sides. What was amazing, I never saw that kind of environment and conditions on gold. Also, we was saying about silver, that we have a new historical moment also on CTA position. If we checking history last 2 years, right now, boom, voila, like gold, first time in the zone between 0.04, 0.05 a CTA position, and later, boom, the same kind picture like a brother gold. We have a drop, but on that the drops are amazing. What I can say, something beautiful. Also, everything you can monitoring not only on that kind of charts, also in the statistical mode per each day what it shows month ago. So that kind of CTA models, this is how it works for me, how I usually use it and predict some kind of stuff, or have idea about that kind of possibilities. So from my side, of course, CTAs, thank you Fabio for this, works very well. This is amazing tool. Also gamma condition, where we are switching from positive to negative gamma regime. Another thing, 3-day gap rule. We have gap which was covered very quickly in the middle of the week, starting on gold, for example, and then we coming back to this point, so no worries. Big correction, big picture, and on the end of the week, on the end of the month, a rocket month, when we think what was happening on the charts. We are still in January. Yes, this is still January. Oh, wait. This is how January look, especially on gold. So that kind of correction where we are dropping, for me, is very healthy for that kind of trend. And not only I will be looking what they, especially COMEX, will do with deposits, and not only in that kind of scenario with that kind of volatility, do we have another rising on gold or not? What else from that kind of weekly view? Silver, amazing. Trend, similar, very long. This is beginning of 2026. We was sitting in a trend channel, the bigger one from the bigger picture, so no worries. And also 120, 125, so exactly before we get all information about predict how bigger fellas are looking at the market on gold, on silver, voila, we get our zone where we have cluster of risk triggers from swing models on gold, and similar view when we are looking what is going on. Top of the band, upper band in the channel, and bigger correction, especially after crossing median line. Right now, we drop a little bit below, coming back, the first touch not accept. So right now we are in negative vision, what is going on. 100 run label, I'm guessing we will finish this week around this number. It will be very cool. Similar view, 5k, for example, for gold, I will be not surprised. Today we was crossing for 5k, so one more time coming back to this area and staying till end of the day. it will be not surprising me. And later, after resetting, checking what is going on, let's start next week with our models and not only. For example, if you're using SLV, this is with new data, but risk trigger zone on the top, lower bands holding as a main support, in the middle HVL. So I love that kind of clusters where are sitting next to each other. For me, is building that kind of information that bottom of, or maybe the roof right now, from that kind of quicker view, not longer period, should works. I know what I can accept here. Similar seal, so another silver ticker, and the same view. On the top, wrist triggers, below, lower bands holding, and whole action in the middle. Similar view like silver and seal, SLV, everything is connected to each other, and amazing volatility on gold near 50 points. This is that kind of moment when the markets are really crazy. This is like VIX on 50. So when I'm looking on this week, what was happened? Amazing volatility on gold, all-time high silver, all-time highs gold, and later very big, very deep correction around 7, 8, near 10%, depends what ticker. And woo, let's check what will be happen in February. So from my weekly recap, on my view, that's all. Right now, it will be time to figure out what is going on later, after weekend, checking charts from the bigger picture. And let's start next week.
Amazing. Guys, let us know if you have some question for today's recap, for the gold session, for Good Morning, or for me on the Nasdaq side, or Fabio on the dashboard and MenthorQ side. All right. Fabio, you want to add something?
No, I think I love the gold recap. I think if you guys haven't followed, go through the session. We did some really extensive analysis this week on how to trade gold and also silver at the beginning of the week. So I think those had great insights and good opportunities for the week. And obviously, as Maciej mentioned, there's going to be a lot of things going on next week, so stay tuned for that one.
Also, weekend could be very hot
Yeah,
when we are saying about Middle East,
yeah,
because preparation for attack is really near to cross that kind of line that usually we have very bad scenario later, and this is really not such a fun looking on that kind of region and what kind of nuclear power have this enemy to each other. So it's crazy. I hope everything coming back to the normal side.
yeah.
All right. There's a question. What's about with ES today? All right, guys. Normally today we have a weekly recap, but let's jump in quick. Let's do this for ES, and then we are good. Let's make some bonus today. We are good. Come on, guys. Let me
So
know
Patrick,
if
if you
see my
want
stream.
later switch to gold and silver, I also will. I'm prepared for that kind of view.
All right.
ABC, what is going on? So let me know when.
Okay, so let's start first with ES, and then we will switch over to you. Let me know if you see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. So let's jump into the ES analysis. First things first, what is really important for us, having the bigger picture from the indices, not only ES, it's also important what's going on the Dow. For the Dow, I'm using ES futures, convert this. what's going on the NQ, what's going on the Russell. Also, I changed a little bit my layout. I put in also now the European indexes, the DAX, the stocks, the FTSE, the France, and also I put in the Asia ones so that we can see what was happened in Asia, what was happened in Europe, and of course in the middle, all indices from US, and of course the Magnificent Seven. So if we came into the ES, and this was something what I was mentioned today in the morning, also in the pro room for our pro members. At the moment, what we have in the play, if you was already taking this, congratulations. We have our A plus set up in the game. This is open space. So why is this open space? Because we have nothing between put support 0 DTE and high vol 0 DTE. I'm looking into the major gamma levels and also GEX 1 to 5. Nothing is here, but at the moment, be careful because we stopped here. And if I'm using the Fibonacci one, I'd be 100% sure we're catching already 50% of the move. And the green one is the 50%. So yeah, that we pull back now. This is interesting. This is absolutely normal. Let's see if we're getting some reaction here on put support again, put support 0 DTE. So very, very careful with this here. Why was this a really good trade, by the way, to jump in and take a trade here on put support 0 DTE? Because if we was looking into the full picture from the indices where we're building our own index with the Dow, ES, and Q and Russell, we're getting already our support here. And this was exactly the same support here. So this was a good one. If you was catching this, congratulations. This was a really good one. At the moment, we fill the 50% of the opening space. Let's see if we come back to put support 0 DTE and retest this, or coming back to one day min, and then let's see if we can touch the call resistance and gamma vol or high vol and high vol 0 DTE. If we're going in to the bigger picture, why we're using the bigger picture with the full option chain, we're looking into ES, SPX, SPY, and also on the VIX. This is, by the way, a really good one why you should be looking into the full option chain, especially when you're trading the ES. Because as you can see, here was your reaction. This was the 50% full from the opening space. And why was this possible a good idea to taking partial profits or to getting out of the market? Because if you was having the SPX on your chart, you was basically seeing that we already coming to the high vol area, high vol 0 DTE, and touching call resistance 0 DTE. And last but not least, this is a round number, 6950. So was a perfect one. The picture was not fully seen on ES. There was nothing behind us. That's why we're looking into the full option chain, and also on the SPY when we're using extended trading hours, we was also seeing that we're touching the high vol area. So we get two confirmations from SPX SPY that this was a good one to taking also our take profits or getting out of the market. Now we can take a closer look into SPX. If we're holding this range here where we was getting yesterday also some pullback, can we see a pullback here? Yes or no? If not, then of course we will see something reaction between the one day min put support and put support 0 DTE. What would be also the put support 0 DTE and one day min from the ES. So at the moment we have our range based on the ES, but the VIX will be guiding us. So that's why take a closer look now into the VIX. And as I said, what we're looking for in the VIX. So we have our gamma levels, and we have our gamma levels from today. That's the blind spots where we have our VIXy. And as you mentioned, we have at the moment our A plus setup also in the play, where we're hitting call resistance and call resistance 0 DTE based on the VIXy. So this is why be patient now in this area here, also with the GEX1. What will be happened here? This is again some question maybe for the opening. Did we get here now resistance, and then we fall back down to put support CUDTE where we came from? Remember, a good range at the moment would be 16.5 and 14.5. Nothing would be really happened. So if we stay above this, we can expect a little bit more volatility. If we're going below this, I don't know. I think we will not seeing this, but if we stay in the range, we are in a good target area. And last but not least, because we're speaking only about ES at the moment, taking also a closer look into the stocks. Is there something unusual? Is there something running out of order? I don't see something at the moment. What is at the moment really nice? We're staying above call resistance on NVIDIA. This is really good for us. So this is something what I would be also looking into, if this would be helping us and supporting us to call resistance on NVIDIA. So this is something what we should not break. If we break this, we will get, I think, some downside momentum. If we go coming back to Apple, man, I feel like I'm a bit stupid with Apple. Why? Because, guys, we was talking about this for 3 days now. The put support CUDTE, and again put support CUDTE. Let's make this a little bit bigger so that we can come into this. We was having the earnings, yes, and then we rejected back, and now we stay again in the same area where we was yesterday and the day before. So basically, we come here in a range from Apple. Because there was earnings yesterday, will we see some reaction when the US market will be open and we can go through put support again and maybe targeting again the call resistance? So then I would think we will have also some upside momentum. So what is at the moment critical for me to watch? Can we get and put support CUDTE breakout on Apple because of the earnings from yesterday? And also the call resistance, will we hold this? But at the moment, if we're looking into NVIDIA get a bit trouble, but let's see at the opening how this will be forming out, because the call resistance, as you can see also the last days before, is really, really interesting for us, and we are in the range between the call resistance and call resistance CUDTE. We should not getting through this. This would be not a good sign for the market, I think so. But again, this is something what I'm watching at the moment. Then, if we're looking into our swing trading models, is there something what is really interesting? At the moment, as you can see on NDX, SPX, we're staying in the range. Nothing really happened. If we're plotting here our swing trading levels, the Fibonacci, we are already surpassed our area from the Fibonacci. So let's see if we can get here a breakout. So if we have also the box breakout and targeting here already the upper band again, this would be amazing. If not, then I would be also looking into that we're breaking the box and dropping to the lower band. At the moment, if we going here in again, oops, this was the wrong, excuse me, going into SPX, we are at the moment on a decision area here. So, but again, this is based on CBO. If we're going into SPX SpreadX, then where we have the 24-hour, what will be looking like this at the moment. And I'm sure we have now a different view. Take a closer look here. So everything has changed at the moment. So that's why let's see how this will be playing out. If we dropping, all right, but again, we need to coming out of the box to the top and also to the bottom. If you're going into the close from yesterday with the CBO data, then this was more looking bullish. Now with the full time we are fighting this area. So this is also really interesting at the moment. Then last but not least, let's going also into our blind spot levels. Yes, this was something what I was seeing also today. Really careful here. We have the same pattern like what I was showing you here. We have a huge blind spot wall, not only and also on the NQ, but on the NQ, we have a little bit more place. This is the only good thing for the ES, I believe. So if we can go over blind spot 4, would be nice. Then we have also a little bit more momentum on ES. But here, again, guys, this is a huge blind spot wall. Very, very careful with this. But you have open space on the NQ. Only at the top, we have the huge blind spot wall. Here at blind spot 4, there we have our decision area, and we have also the open space based on the blind spots. Here we have our blind spot support on blind spot 8, where we already holding, and also here. So this is an area where I would be also looking into very closely if we get a drop. So this is in my mind, and I hope this was help you guys quick and not only for a year. So now I will pass this to you, Maciej.
So right now we are 4 minutes after PPA data. All data are higher than expected and forecast. So it gives us open space to cutting rates in USA. This is good sign, not only for what was predicted, but what also President will push as a new FMC chief. Of course, they will work together. So right now, environment is changing and helping that kind of moves to cut because inflation is higher. On gold, let's jump exactly what is going on. Today, we'll get a special event from my side, technical one. So let's jump very quickly. So if we have correction after that kind of move, yes, we have it. If it's ABC, the normal one, 100% of correction, 4980, and we today cross this level. So if it's end of that kind of move, perhaps before we start on the Asia session, we get a bottom. If not, it not hold, it will be extended later, 161. And what we have here, put support and HVL from the bigger picture. Also, in the same place, there are still gap not covered yet. So maybe later with the time, we will come back here. If not, and if we stay right now, correction is ends. In this case, what we can expect, coming to the upper side, of course, where we have our magnetic clusters. So HVL with wrist triggers, put support with wrist triggers, here between 5140 to 50 to 50, a lot of magnetic clusters, so this zone will be interesting to coming back. Why not? Also, in the same time, it should be the price action coming to the upper band of correction channel, the red one. From my perspective, as a plan A, should works well. Plan B, 161, we still will be dropping. Of course, plan C, we stay in the range. Looking on silver, let's jump. Also, similar view, correction, perhaps head and shoulders pattern. And right now we are in the main support box. Below, in plan B, put support and 1 day mean, one from silver, second from silver, holding main clusters like on gold, sitting between 105 to 110. Later, open space, resistance 120, 122. I hope this is clear what we have right now. On our futures, GVZ 46 plus minus, it give us more than $200 predicted move per day. On gold, nothing to add. Massacre. Similar view, GLD, if we finish correction, 453 plus minus 455 is our zone, so exactly where we have call resistance, gamma wall and lower band. Right now everything holds, also lower band sitting here, so why not? Plan A, we're coming back to the upper clusters. Plan B, we drop below, and what we have later, lower bands plus HVL as another target. If not, magnetic zone with one day mean in center point 483. On GLD, sitting right now, looking what kind of big hole we have here is amazing. It will be very interesting day what will be do with this, and also near future from my perspective. SLV, similar view like silver. Here we have also place to cover a gap, lower bands with put support zone 89, so we can say 90 to 83 plus minus is a bigger zone, of course, I know. Later in the middle, one day mean with HVL and wrist trigger, and above, of course, as a plan C, everything above 110. So from my view, how I prepare everything for today's session, perhaps it looking like this, and Dr. Dollar sitting right now in the zone. So I will be looking how Dr. Dollar will be work later. Also, we have PPA from Chicago, and not only later after Europe session is closed, Trim 6 order, so perhaps we'll get some info extra. And on the end, also we have a Trump policy meeting, so perhaps some another news will be coming to the market, and that kind of volatility perhaps will be help us or not, depends. If you don't know what to do, it's better stay away. After weekend we have another week, another month, so a lot of opportunities. I hope you was safe in this week, and from my view that's all. Wish you all the best. If you have some questions right now, I will be waiting for this.
Yeah, I have some comment about this. So I think it's worth that many institutions flagged at the moment that both open interest and near-term volume for GLD calls are top of the range, and that also the momentum traders such as CTAs are in a very overbought territory. So there's no surprising in near term for profit taking. So guys, this is also some good information. We was talking about this yesterday also in the pro. We was giving a little bit deep dive about this. So again, I think this was amazing. Thank you again, Maciej. I hope you add ES analysis to daily and Q. Yeah, we can talk about SPX, ES, and also NQ. So I prepared my trading view for everything, because at the end, if you're trading ES or if you're trading NQ, what I believe you need first the full bigger picture from the indices, also from Asia and from Europe. Then of course you need the Magnificent Seven to have an idea where are the some important points, what can also trigger some upside move or selling. And then last but not least, swing trading levels, as we were seeing before this week. So it's so important. And then let's check out where are the blind spots are. And then of course, without indices, this is also not really work. So that's why we have also Maciej with gold and silver. It's really, really helpful, because this week was showing that if the indices are staying in the range, many traders focusing on gold, and not only people also trading silver like me. I was completely flashed from silver this week, to be really honest, on my end. I think I was cheating today, this week, my Nasdaq. So, with silver. For this, yeah, absolutely, more than welcome. Guys, let us know if you have some questions. Government shutdown. Yeah, this is a really good question. I was not following the news anymore. I don't know. Do you have any news about this, Maciej, or you?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
can add few cents. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's
was
go.
checking that kind what is going on. So right now, from my view, my personal view and private, it's not possible to bring all participants about government shutdown to think new vision of President Trump and other stuff. Perhaps next week. So from my view, I'm guessing the quick one.
Yeah.
It will happen, but the quick one. I don't know. Maybe 1 week, maybe less. But we will get. And usually, it's also good to know how when we have a shutdown, how indexes works, and not only and later. But this is traders your homework.
Yeah, and about the swing trading levels, maybe you can go to my screen again for a second.
Swing. Okay.
Fabio?
Dear production, please help us.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Amazing. Thank you. So about the swing trading levels, because you were saying that this was helping you yesterday really well. That's why I have this sorted like this on my end, because at the end, what are the swing trading levels? They're giving us a range from the top and from the bottom. And how I'm understanding this is really like when we are overextended, when we're reaching now a new high or a new low. And this is really helpful. So if we coming near one area like what we were seeing here on SPX with the lower bands, then this is for us a really nice opportunity to thinking for a reserve trade. We were seeing this, by the way, on the NDX. So that's why, guys, if you're trading ES or if you're trading NQ, no matter what, have this on your own end. Have this also on your charts because it's so helping for. Look at this, guys. If you was having this yesterday, if you was having yesterday something like this on your end, man, you was reading the market like a genius. Why? Because you was basically seeing that we coming here to the upper band. What was the upper band telling us? Guys, take a closer look here. Here we go. We get our pullbacks. Boom, boom, boom. And here on SPX, we was not in this area, but already on NDX. And take a closer look also in which area we was, in the upper band area from the VIX. So we get for our ES or SPX, we get two confirmations. We get the confirmation, hey, attention, upper band calling on VIX, attention, lower band calling on NDX. This is so powerful, guys. And also, if you be a crude oil trader, have also the USO on your end, because if you're seeing like this with crude oil, I'm not a crude oil trader, by the way. I'm really bad in this. But take a closer look here. You'll be at the moment in the range. Use your Fibonacci, find out where's the 50% range, and at the moment you'll be basically in the area for the 50%. You're in the decision area. Map this out, and then maybe you can target the downside or you can target the upside. But again, I'm not a crude oil trader, but this is how you can do this. If you be here, like what we're seeing in SPX, we are in the middle. Draw your Fibonacci's, guys. Really simple. And then find out where we are, because we need decision. We must find decision areas. And if you be in the middle, then we are definitely in a decision area. And if you're looking back, the decision area makes always sense. They're telling us always a story. That's why I believe that's so powerful to have this on the chart, and not only. All right.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
But we are back on Monday. The question was, I think there was a question about the Globex opening. If we have to play Globex opening on Sunday, what will be refreshed information on MenthorQ? Also, is there a help page to find all schedules? The question is for you, Fabio.
Yeah, sure. So we are gonna provide you with the data at the end of the day on Friday. So for the opening, you are covered, and then we also would recalculate the data on Sunday evening, so you can refresh the data at 11 p.m. on Sunday. And let me share the details on the updates. 1 second. So I will share a link where you can find all the different updates here for the different levels, right? So you can come here and you can see basically when the levels update, all the different assets we cover, and then you can click here to look at we have an Excel file where you can see all the different tickers that we cover. And it's shared here in the comments.
All right. Good job, guys.
All right. And yeah, please, guys, also follow us on YouTube. We are live basically every day, so you don't miss anything. And if you want to look at the past information, I'm going to share the link here as well. Just go under live here, and you will see all the session that we did this week, all the previous session, and also you can stay up to date for the new ones. We're going to post a new link today for next week and the following. So stay tuned. We're also going to have our live trading OPEX at the end of February, third Friday of February. Is going to be on February 20. So stay tuned for that. The link will also be posted here. So let us know if you have any other question. If not, thank you guys, and Friday capital preservation, and happy weekend.
So, happy weekend. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Bye
See you
bye.
next week. Bye, Patrick. Have a good weekend.